gonna zoom the fuck out, and it's gonna start with like this.
Okay. Boom, boom. Bum.
I'm an asshole. I am a stupid. I got a deadline. Don't wanna do it. Woo!
It's quite a
guys. You are a part of a social media experiment right now. We have come up with the hit new trend. Viral marketing. Check out this shit. Advertisements online. You're watching one right now.
You got some shit. You got some shit on your face.
That's just called passion for internet viral marketing. What you call shit, I call fire. I call charisma. I call dollar signs in my eyes when I see advertisements, marketing, branding,
merchandise.
You're hired. You're hired.
Yes. I'm on the ground floor, baby.
Welcome to the Pro Crastinators podcast, episode 142.
Yes.
We're the reason people are dying. There's a special live episode from Rad-con 3.33. There are no lectures. Please stop asking.
You cannot record.
3.33.
Everyone's leaving.
There are no lectures.
Yeah.
Everyone's leaving tomorrow. We can't do it.
Correct.
We can't.
Yeah,
Our
correct.
fucking pea brains can't fucking handle it.
Maybe we should just tell people in general why we're here together. That'd be a pretty cool
Nate.
thing.
Why are we here together?
First of all,
My name's not Nate! I'm the Jester King! Refer to me by my full legal... I am Nate. Welcome to the Pro Crastinators podcast. So, the reason we all got together here was because we've just been talking for a long time about our various future plans. And people were asking us about stuff. So we got together here. We're at Digi's place outside of Boston. And we thought we would just...
Give the address.
outside
Give the
Boston.
address. Give the address.
You can see nary a tumbleweed nor another man.
We just thought we'd get together and hash out as best we could some future plans for future shows, not necessarily exactly PCP related. And I don't know, I guess we won't get into it too much.
I think there's something that
Yeah.
may have just rendered this entire meetup moot. As you see, it's just got my attention. I'm on the ground floor, I'm up in forums, I'm in message boards, I'm in IRC chats, I get updates on the web daily, bro. I am online as the so-called online.
Mm-hmm.
And I found some crazy technology. Apparently, there's an app that will allow you to talk to people from far away. So if you are at different locations, you can talk to one another with your voice and possibly even have a meeting of some sort to exchange ideas to little to no cost.
Wow, if only we'd known this existed, we could have just not done this entire trip.
Yeah.
That would have made this whole thing a complete waste of time and money.
Yeah.
What do you
Fuck
know?
yeah, dude! Fuck yeah! Woo!
Well, I was glad to see you guys, no matter what.
That makes one of us.
Mm-hmm.
This has ballooned out from I came out here for fun, for pleasure, for raw,
Yeah.
untamed pleasure. And then I think you were the first one to dogpile.
I mean, I just said, let's have a meeting. Let's all meet up and talk about stuff. Then...
I figured part of it was because Nate had not come home for the holidays.
That was an element, yes.
He was missing the old fam up here in Boston.
That's true.
So,
That's fair.
So yeah, he came to see his mama and papa.
Yep, briefly.
And then came over here to jack dick for 2 days about where the fuck are we going to try to set up a PCPHQ as the meme has been going for fucking 5 years.
And would you say it's fair to say that PCPHQ is not what we discussed?
I mean, depending on how you look at it,
It's where.
Well, I mean,
it's
PCP,
who's
like,
living where.
Conceptually,
Yeah.
what PCPHQ has only ever meant to me is more than one guy lives in the same place and does a show together.
So so PCP is already HQ is already here right now.
Yeah, this
More or
could be
less.
seen as a PCP HQ because we're doing the PCP in a headquarters together.
It is a PCP HQ, but
Yes.
not.
It's a temporary
Well,
TCP.
PCP HQ is really more of a state of mind. The real PCP HQ was the friends we made
We're
along
gonna
the
have to have
way.
bidding wars with various cities so they can pledge and they can offer lower tax cuts
I'm
for the next
thinking
PCP HQ.
I'm thinking it's like when you're fighting a battle and they set up like a temporary headquarters on the front lines. It's like that sort of HQ, you know.
I've always envisioned PCP HQ would come into being basically when we moved up to the next level of content creation.
Right.
It's like a green light for it to be actual PCP HQ, which in my mind always involved like a studio, and or it could be in somebody's house, but whatever.
I think the second that there is like a permanent fixed setup for multiple members of the PCP to do a show together, that is what I will be like. That is what the thing has been. What do you call it? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that is the thing that we've been building towards, is get enough of us in one place with a permanent setup doing a fixed show that is not an audio podcast.
I mean, the biggest obstacle
that sounds like the goal. Anyways, how's I'm Games doing?
I'm Games is doing okay.
Okay.
That's exactly what you're just describing. Two people in the same permanent place doing a show that isn't an audio.
I mean, you could say that it is that is a PCP HQ project.
I guess so.
In its own way.
It makes sense.
We did.
Are we gonna get into what we said, or are we just cock teasing people who actually care?
Cock teasing.
Well,
is funny.
I
mean, we don't want to say anything too. Like, we did not come away with this having a decided plan.
We don't have a concrete plan here yet.
I don't want to hype
well,
up our fans.
I'll tell people this. And the idea of like what we would go on, we generally are all on the same page. We have general like the technicalities. Mostly we understand where the others lie, and we have something going there. The biggest thing that we're still working on, it has always been by far the biggest obstacle, is actually getting the human bodies in the location and figuring out what the best place is to do that.
And it's always been true that the best way for that to happen is to make more money. And we've continually made more money, so it's become more possible.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
But we still haven't made enough money for it to be easy.
True.
That's
true.
I think that our vision was like that we would just have this constant up the escalator of how much we're making, and then we'd reach some certain cross some threshold where it becomes like, oh, we can fly all my fucking dudes out to the same neighborhood, and it's not at that level yet.
Well, it's always been, I don't know, I guess whatever. It has worked out that it seems like some of us have to individually find success to even be in a position to attempt to do that, which is more or less what's happened.
I love talking in vagaries at length.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to say. Like, we could tell them like some of the places we're looking at, but what's the fucking point?
We can at the very least say that if you and I get a place in the same neighborhood, we guaranteed will make a Red Letter Media ripoff show.
That is true.
If you want to see us rip off Red Letter Media, aka the Plebe and the Weeb, except it's me and Nate, then just give us a couple extra dollars so we can expedite the process.
Do what you can. Do what you feel comfortable.
If that sounds like gay shit, then kill yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, do you got any spare new spin?
Shit! I fucking.
Oh, you left it at home.
I tied it already. Yeah, but it's downstairs, and there's girls downstairs.
Later.
I can't fucking kill myself with girls around. You shit yourself when you die.
So embarrassing.
So embarrassing.
Well, what else is going on in the old heads of our men?
There's so much startups. There's so many startups that I've been starting recently.
Secrets.
The Kickstarters are just through the fucking roof. Not like I've gotten a lot from them, but there are just a lot of them.
I've got a Kickstarter. I've got an Indiegogo. I've got a GoFundMe. I've got a Patreon.
I've got a
got a
LinkedIn.
Subbable. I've got a LinkedIn doesn't pay you any money.
But it could.
It's not a crowdfunding platform.
Obviously, you're not using the platform the way that I am.
I've got a Teespring. I've got a can that I put in front of me out on the fucking subway.
A Spreadshirt.
I've got a Pinterest.
Yeah.
We've got an Etsy.
Fuck
a print all over me. That's the premium shit.
I think that's it. Think that about it.
I can't think of any cool fucking sick anecdotes. Oh man, the other day just saw a homeless guy, dude, so cool. Because for the past 3 to 9 years of my entire life, it feels like now, we've just been stewing and fucking stewing about hardcore business, real life bullshit. And frankly, it's melted my mind to a complete mush, and I don't have anything to say about anything.
We spent like 90 years yesterday, like fucking at the park playing Pokemon Go to the polls.
It was
great.
Sick.
Yeah, woo! Oh, dude. Oh, fucking dude.
Air high five with all those.
I'm so mad because we were doing a raid, and I was going to get someone to trade me their fucking Pokemon, and they didn't. What a bitch.
I was gonna catch a Heatran yesterday. I did catch a shiny Totodile, so that was cool.
4.
Fucking Pokemon Go.
Four shiny Totodiles. Missed the Heatran.
And that sucks.
Everyone's like, oh, Pokemon Go is so interesting. Guys, please talk about capitalism. We want you to talk more about your weird political bullshit.
Should we get into that?
We listen to it every episode, and it's never enough. Every episode is political garbage, but it's never enough to satiate us. So please go arm to arm.
Because, like, the last time it came up, I mean, I know that's, like, you're joking, but kind of. Because, like,
no.
But people wanted to know, like, the end of the conversation that was happening about the capitalism stuff.
I wanted to fucking fight about it.
It was getting really heated, but we were all so tired from that episode. Then we could.
Which episode was this?
The one that the last one.
Yeah.
I did have one point I wanted to make that I kind of regretted not shoving in there, which was simply this. It was, well, I do literally believe taxation is theft. I still think that some injustice is warranted for the sake of the greater good, which is effectively leftist politics, that's the point. So do I think that all taxes make no sense and should be stopped immediately? No. Because, like, you know, a doctor has to fucking cut you open and hurt you a little bit to fix the disease inside. Similar sort of fucking thing, in my opinion.
How fair would you say the comparison from taxes to rent is?
Pretty similar.
Yes.
Yeah, relatively similar. With rent, you have the option to leave. If you live in a nation, you don't
have the option to leave. Where are you going to do? Not live anywhere? Not pay anyone rent?
I mean, if you say like rent in general, I mean, I suppose that's fair. I meant like well, no, because like you can't really choose. You can choose to find somewhere else.
You can live without a house over your head. You can live.
I mean, you can survive.
There are homeless people all over the place.
I mean, it depends on the kind of life that you want.
Here in America, you got 3 unalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Don't need a house for any of those.
Well, I mean, it just depends on the kind of life. Like, if you want to be, for example, a online content creator, you're going to need internet.
Yeah, well, you have the ability to pursue that happiness. Yes, you will have to pay rent, but that is because you made the decision that you wanted to be something other than homeless. Like, that falls on you. There's no one else's responsibility there. Whereas taxes is like you said, you can't leave.
Yeah, you have no option.
You just have to pay it because you made income in the country, you know? Mm-hmm. So
theoretically, you could move somewhere else with like lower taxes. That is theoretically possible, but it's just much harder than moving to another.
I mean, even like leaving, like you'd have to leave America and find a country that had no taxes. And that's really difficult.
Which probably, I haven't looked, but probably doesn't exist. But you're going to, I mean, you can't really find a house that doesn't ask you to pay anything, right?
Yeah, so, there are some places like that.
That are just literally
some
free,
people
just walk
luck
in.
into. I mean, like, you know, if somebody's just like some weird benefactor situation. I mean, Ben lived in a place for a little while that like someone had just.
They were suing. They were suing the landlord because the landlord was trying to evict them without notice or cause. So there was a 6 month period where the fucking legal shit was going down, where no one was paying any rent to live there. Magical.
We've really hit the ground running. Ha, welcome to the PCP. Yeah. Banana pudding on pizza, hilarious.
Banana pudding on pizza. All right. Everyone's going wild over this banana pizza.
It's fucking crazy, dog. Shut the fuck up, Skeeter! I'm with Patty! She's getting all sad and glossy-eyed. Sure, may put a little bit of stuff in her drink, you know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, Patty, she's mine. Back off, Skeeter.
Patty, listen, you have to eat. You didn't eat all day before the big track meet. Your body needs food to perform. Eat some of this banana pudding pizza or you're gonna fucking die!
Patty, it's the next big thing. You're not gonna believe it. Buy gold, Patty. The fucking cops are coming and you don't want to be caught off guard when
the bombs drop. You're gonna need two things. You're gonna need gold
and
you're gonna need banana pudding pizza. That's gonna be the currency see in the future. No one's gonna want to eat anything else once this hits. Ah!
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do the intro again. Let's restart.
You brought this up specifically. It was you who made it.
Tensions were high.
Yeah.
Everyone was prepared for a big fight, but I don't think anyone here among us is like ready or willing or wants to fight about something that obviously nothing.
You were right.
Yeah.
You were right. It's terrible. I was mistaken.
Ah, okay, good. Fantastic.
Did you been doing this thing all night where he just silently writes something down and then shows this to us? I don't know what the like expected response is. Just like, haha, fuck yeah, Digi, sick.
Have you seen the world famous, probably up to 10 million views by now, video Noogle on this very channel, inspired by just Digi writing on this board? So clearly the dividends are paying off in triplicate. If more.
Yeah, we've made a lot of money off of Google and Toogle. We're going to be launching Threegle next year.
That'll be
after Toogle inevitably fails.
And then the subsidiary of Threegle, Seagull.
You kicked me out of the Toogle share? I was 50-50 with you. And now you're starting Threegle without me?
Well, I got other friends who need to pay their bills too.
Never mind. I was going to fight it, but I fell down. Just like my love life.
The invisible hand of the free market just gave you the middle finger. It just scooched you right off the edge of the Grand Canyon, right into the slime sea.
Digi, you know that?
I'm thinking.
You know that thing that you always say. It's like your catchphrase. It's like holy shit, but for the new age. I don't know what anyone else is doing. No one knows what anyone else is doing. You know that catchphrase you said to us last time?
What the hell are you talking about? I don't remember that.
Anyway.
It says the invisible hand of the free market.
It's invisible. Nice
showing
one.
it to the camera.
I can't see it on the screen.
Make it extra bold.
It was in relation to how no one in the PCP talks about like their work and shit. You don't know what anyone else is working on. I don't know what anyone else is working on besides in vaguelities.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like I know what everybody's working on.
Okay, well, cool.
I think.
Cookies are done.
Who the fuck is making cookies?
No, I heard a ding. It sounded like cookies.
Let's talk about what we're working on. That's interesting, I think.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
All right. What are you working on, Hypocrite?
What am I working on?
Hippo's got the most interesting shit going on.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
true.
He doesn't want to talk about it. He never speaks to it. Speaks about it.
I'll
Maybe
speak about it in private, but like, I'm writing scripts, screenplay.
This conversation has happened 1,000 times forever. Where we're just like, Hippo, tell us about what you do, and you say, well, I'm writing a script, and we're like, holy shit!
Yeah! It's great.
And
It's
then
great.
one episode goes by, and we're like, Hippo, what the fuck are you doing? I don't get it still.
Still writing the screenplay.
Oh my god! Wow!
I'm writing dialogue. I'm doing stuff. To make a potentially feature film of 2D animation for families and young children.
I'm not a family. Can I get it?
We have to clarify. This isn't an internet gay thing. This is real life.
Yeah, this is a real thing.
This is like
I'm
gay.
I'm freelance hired writer to do this.
The goal is for it to be on a network.
The goal is to be on a little bit more of a credible media platform.
The goal is for it to be profitable enough so that it doesn't bankrupt anyone. So that we make our money back and it will be like pretty good and people see it. But mostly so that the people involved, me and the director and the head of art, the company I'm in at the moment is just basically 3 people. And I'm not really part of the company. We're all just sort of freelance. So just like the director.
You gotta get some equity in that.
The director, I'm the head writer, and then there's like the art guy, and like we're all working to put.
I wish I was head writer on something.
Me too.
To put this
actually, I
this
don't.
film
But
together.
I feel similarly, but not by the position.
So that the company and each of us could get like name recognition, so that we can make more stuff. Because like. That's how you do anything, is you are known by people.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're
exposure.
Yeah.
Exposure therapy.
That's what I'm working on in like the real world. In the internet world, I'm doing a webcomic, and it's pretty cool as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know what else. I guess I quit YouTube, but I already talked about that.
I don't know if you want to get on the show because it's so early in the planning, but we were talking about this the other day of our Unst Accord, and we might be working together on something maybe if it pans out.
Yeah.
It'd be so fucking cool.
Wait, can you be ever so slightly less vague so I know what you're talking about?
Something with jailbait.
Oh, I don't think I heard about
Did
that.
you say jail bait?
No.
Yeah.
Something with jail. There's gonna be a lot of
Something
jailbait.
with jailbait is involved.
That's what you write when it's like the NSFW, like undertale, but like an animal tail.
What?
Like jailbait. That's what you type in if you want the Rule 34.
Obviously, you started out on YouTube and the internet as a whole. What do you want your ideal balance to be between those two worlds? Because obviously, we all think that the real world stuff is super fucking neat and cool.
Yeah,
but you love the internet. I mean, as much as we want you to be.
Well, it's
on
not
it.
like I don't love the real world.
Sure.
At the moment, because like I have no writing experience beyond what I've done for this writing gig.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've learned a lot very quickly because you get exposed through like people talking about things and you read books that they recommend, and then I know more than I did, but like it feels scary because I'm like I didn't go to college for that. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm figuring it out. And like if it becomes like once the fruits of my labor start becoming like real things I can show people, rather than just like a couple of years down the line or maybe the film will be in production.
Well, there's there's a video, right? There's a trailer.
Yeah,
they can't.
The trailer's like secret and no one can see it.
Okay,
because it's not the final trailer, but
right.
This is just an idea.
It's
fine. They can know that there's a secret trailer because it's cool and mysterious, but they can't see it.
Okay.
Link in description.
Well, wait, but you didn't answer me. So, what do you want the balance to be?
The balance
between them, what would you just want to do? Like, have this be your job, because it's fulfilling in a lot of ways to you, and then come home and then make a comic page or two a day.
The balance. Yeah, in terms of like work, I want the writing to be like I don't want to let it slip by. Like I don't want to be like, oh, there's this thing I could be doing. I could be writing, but I'm more interested in this like stuff that is like less immediately viable.
Yeah.
Like if I'm tied to someone else's work who is also trying to make it real and work, then it's like it's more likely that that's going to be a thing and that's going to make me money, and then that's going to further like make me money in the future. So it's like a better investment of time. So I want to work hard on that right now.
Big industry, dude.
Are you waiting to say that? True. It is a big industry.
Hippo's got that big industry energy.
And like fucking the writing I wanted to be like 70% or maybe 80%. Like the stuff that I was doing on YouTube, it always felt like a hobby, even though I was trying to make it a real thing. It's just like I could never give a shit enough about it.
Mm-hmm.
The webcomic stuff is like more fun and I enjoy that a lot more than the YouTube stuff, but it still feels like a hobby because I don't feel like I'm good enough at drawing to be like, making people like turn heads or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like doing the writing stuff, I would be getting better at writing in general, so my comics will improve. So like maybe it'll be like, I don't know. It just depends on like who gives a shit about the hobby comic stuff I do.
Do you see yourself becoming a fully offline creator? Do you see yourself becoming like a writer by trade and moonlight internet stuff, or is the goal always to become an internet Patreon man?
The goal, I think, is just to be a hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't see like it used to be you're either an internet guy because you're young or a real guy because you're older and the internet wasn't really around while you were growing up. But like there's more people now that are in the industry from like doing internet stuff like me. Like they made DeviantArt accounts and people hired them because like they like their art. Or
Rebecca
whatever.
Sugar and whatnot.
Yeah, and fucking Lauren Faust has a Deviant. Force Faust has a DeviantArt as well. It's like internet, and it's like you can have both. Mm-hmm. I could be known as like the guy who writes the thing, or I can be probably more well known as the guy who writes that comic. Mm-hmm. And I get money for both. Probably it would be good.
As long as your work's getting out there in one form or another, right?
Dude, that's me.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's like you as a Muppet.
Yeah, he's got
Muppet
Muppet nose syndrome.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to do this interview with me. I hope you've enjoyed this wonderful evening. I asked this because my mind's been completely in like my future, as these are the literally like as we speak the final days before I'm applying to college, and if I don't get into any of the ones that I applied to this year, it's real sad. A little bit. So I've been thinking about my future, if I get in, if I don't get in, my path in life, what I want to do this year in general. And so I've just been interested in these. I felt this way more or less for a couple years now, but really it's sunk in now. But I always feel like I'm on the precipice of something, not just me personally, but
I know
the group
that feel, bro.
Yeah.
I used to constantly say that phrase, like, oh, I'm like on the cusp.
Yeah.
I always felt like, oh, I'm on the cusp. And a lot of the times I was on the cusp, and then I crossed the cusp into a new cusp.
Yeah.
It's like I'm on the cusp of 100,000 subs, and then I hit that, and then I'm like, oh, now I'm on the cusp of 200,000 subs.
Yeah.
And it's like, at some point, there must be some cusp that you round, and then you go, I'm satisfied with having crossed this cusp. I don't need to cross another cusp.
Do you think that's
like
possible?
that,
do you think that's like a real thing?
So,
I think you're always going to want to get to the next stage of something, no matter what.
You always want to. Yeah, you always want to be making progress. Like,
imagine if you retire, but you're still like a cabbage farmer. You're going to be like, I want to farm these cabbages even fucking harder. Like even if you don't get out of your like professional field, you're always going to want to get to a new cusp of something.
Right. Like for me, the thing that I want to do the most is like I want to be able to work on more things that aren't for profit strictly by having the things that I work on that are for profit make more profit for less effort.
Mm-hmm.
So like I want my for-profit ventures to reach a point where like I have found the perfect balance, because like with my main channel, for instance, it's always been for profit and also for passion. And so it like, it was always about like getting better, covering like material I wanted to cover and stuff. But like I've reached a point where the things I sincerely want to do are not going to make my channel more profitable. Like just doing whatever I want, doing what would suit me best is like, not to say that like a type of video that I would super want to do wouldn't be successful, but just I don't necessarily want to just do video. I like doing music a lot. I like working on other projects that are just weird or not marketable. And so like I still am not making as much money as I want to be. So it's like, how can I make it so I can take time away from my main channel to go work on these other things without that meaning that I no longer have the standard of living I want to reach, So like the biggest reason I've put so much like egg in the basket of like me and Nate doing a show together, for instance, is that like I think he and I could do a show that as long as the setup is perfect, like if everything is in its right place and all we have to do is just like deliver, then it's like it's a type of content I can imagine being good for less effort in the individual production, where like me and Nate just having a conversation can be an entertaining piece of media, and if it's well made, if it's like well structured, then I think people would like it. And then like if that's where all our income comes from, I don't have to worry about making 4 main channel videos a month or, a certain number of Patreon exclusive podcasts or whatever. It could just be like, hey, I go to work to do this fun video project and the videos are good and people like them. And then I go home and I just make weird songs and fucking learn to draw and write a book or something,
Do we pay the editors enough to have them cut out things if we don't want to be in the podcast?
Yes, we do.
Would you say it's fair that you are maybe not banking on this show taking off, but you are putting most of your effort into the show you're doing with Nate? And do you think that, how do I phrase this? Do you think that if this show does not take off or if it does not succeed, you're going to be in deep shit?
No, the opposite will be true, because
I'll be way better than I am.
This is basically like a producer's sort of scam. It's like a smoke screen.
Well, like part of this is part of why we're trying to talk about moving somewhere cheaper. Like where I am now, I kind of am in that kind of circumstance where it's like if if I was putting my all into like something me and Nate were doing, and we lived here and it didn't work out, then it would be harsher. But like, no matter how much work I put into the thing I do with Nate, I still have the main channel. I still can do 4 videos a month on it and make money, and at this stage, like, what's keeping that channel alive is like, I just write a bunch of scripts and I send them to Devu and he edits them at whatever rate he can, and that frees me up to explore alternative business ventures. So like, that's where I Am Games comes in. Like, I've probably spent more time on I Am Games than I have on my main channel in the last 3 months. It just isn't as instantly profitable, but like, it is growing. So it's always like this weird constant like min-maxing of trying to figure out like, what can I do that will add profit to my life without taking away time for me to just live and do what I want to do. Like, what business ventures will make me more money but I can still make an album every month or whatever.
Here's a question I've been thinking about for a while, and I've contemplated it myself, being somebody who does YouTube and has a job. How much sense does it make to position yourself as a YouTuber such that your primary focus is to basically clock in for your 9 to 5, like 4 days a week, doing your YouTube show that like is your for profit? You have to do it. It's like you're there to be profitable. And then your spare. Oh, now I get to do the fun stuff.
Well, I mean, at least you've got creative control.
That's a huge thing. That's a huge thing for sure.
I mean, the kind of show that we're trying to do is fun to do. Like,
I agree.
It's a type of show that I like watching and I like creating. Like, I love Red Letter Media. It's like fucking half of everything I consume on YouTube.
Please don't call it Red Letter Media ripoff. It makes you sound so gay.
I think it sounds gay to say that.
Just call Plebe and the Weeb with you and Nate.
Channel,
please.
The Plebe and the Weeb was founded as a Red Letter Media ripoff.
Of course.
That was the idea.
It's all
about the degrees of separation.
It's about the degrees of separation.
I mean,
that's also about making us not sound like dirty and weird.
If you asked me to describe the Digibro channel, I would say, it's an Ego Raptor ripoff. Or it's a Mr. Plinkett ripoff. Like, we've done videos in the voices. Like, my biggest video series is called Your Anime Sucks. It is a YMS ripoff. Like, I don't find anything wrong with that because all creativity is a ripoff.
Okay,
like,
I'm saying,
as doing something that's not a ripoff.
All I'm saying is that people
I think you could describe the show in more flattering terms. I mean, it's not just that.
Okay, the reason
it's like your take on that formula.
It that way is that, like, that to me is like a really intense promise, because like nobody does higher quality versions of this style of content than Red Letter Media. To say we're doing a Red Letter Media ripoff, like it's like saying we're going to hit that level of quality, and that to me, if somebody tells me, I'm going to make a video that level, then I think, oh shit, like, that's serious.
Ripoff is not a flattering term whatsoever.
It doesn't matter.
It's extremely derivative.
I mean, well, yeah.
Everything's extremely derivative.
I use that wrong. I used that word wrong. I mean, it's bad. Derogatory. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm fine with being derogatory.
I'm not even on it, so I don't care.
I don't even give a shit. Like, if everybody thinks it's a shillgasm, then whatever. Like, all that matters is when the episodes come out, if they're entertaining. I don't give a fuck if you literally think it is a straight ripoff. If you watch it and you like it, that is what matters,
Mm-hmm.
So
it's not like Red Letter Media fucking invented the two-man talking about shit.
T-Bat did that.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Fuck yeah! When are we gonna go back, dude?
And I mean, the biggest things that will set us apart is we have a very, like, obviously we're going to bring our unique aesthetic, our unique approach to comedy and
who's ours?
Whoever's involved
for the audience.
Yeah. Anybody who happens to be on the show, like, just like with Plebe and the Weeb, where like it was me and Jesse's unique voices, and then everybody else who got involved, like every guest episode, like, had some of that person in it. Like, the episode with Munchie is a very Munchie take on the Plebe and the Weeb formula,
I wish it wasn't.
It's old Munchie. Very 2018 Munchie.
Oh yeah, 2018.
back in the day.
Yeah. completely different. Now I'm only Quiet Munchie. What's up, guys? Quiet Munchie is back for this episode. Just wanted to say that I'm having a good time.
My mom's upstairs and doesn't want to hear me recording. She says I'm banned from recording on the PCP, but I'm doing it secretly.
What's up, guys? It's me, Daddy. I'm here to record a daddy rap. My actual real life father is upstairs, and he can't know that I have a daddy fetish, or else he might or else he might be too happy and decide to do stuff that even I won't go to.
We better just not open that can of worms.
Talking about being on the cusp of things. I guess just like future stuff is on the mind, and I want to know how everyone is doing, because I feel like, I don't know, what tale as old as time. We don't talk that much in the PCP chat. We do way more than we used to.
Yeah,
but. I feel like I know what Ben is up to. I feel like me and Ben hang out.
We have our own venues.
Yeah.
I just assume everybody knows what I'm up to because it's always.
I have no idea.
You know what do you think I'm doing?
Well, I guess what you just told me just now.
That's like future plans. But what do you think I'm doing?
I think you're sitting in your room and you're writing all day for
That's
anime
not even
reviews?
Slightly close to true.
Okay, well then I
write
don't know.
Maybe an anime review 3 days out of the month.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time on IM games and just living life. I spend a lot of time watching anime for Finish or Fail.
Oh yeah, Finish or Fail.
Hey, wait, Digi, you paid me $100.
Yeah.
Do you not want to use the intro? Is something wrong with it?
That was the intro for the main channel version of Finish or Fail, which I canceled because it costed a lot of money and didn't get any views. So.
Okay, so you're just gonna not use that?
I could. I didn't even think about it. I literally never even considered.
I'm not scorned. I'm just saying, get your money's worth out of it.
You're absolutely right. I just never thought about it at all. But I'll do it. I'll put it in there.
Well, hey,
that was so hard to make.
Going back slightly to the topic I was saying before, I'm just wondering, for my future plans, if one day I'm making Weaguas and I'm just like, man, I sure hate making these. Sure don't enjoy doing this job that I have to do to live. And I guess I'm wondering if YouTubers are way too spoiled and whiny babies. Because, I go to my job. I go to my job 5 days a week, and I put in my hours, more than 8 hours or whatever, every fucking day. And, it's nice that I can... My job is such that I can't really leave it at the door. I have to check emails and be on top of stuff. It's a real professional job. But, to a degree, you can kind of leave things there, and you can leave. I feel like... I don't want to give YouTubers too much fucking shit, but I do feel like the burnout rate, just specifically in the sense of you're still doing your stuff, but you're just like, man, this sucks. I don't want to do it, and then things just take longer to come out.
The weird thing about YouTubers is that you make up yourself what your obligations are.
That's true.
And something I've been trying to do, and this is kind of my resolution going into the new year, was that I wasn't going to meme myself into believing I had to do any particular thing, because I'll get it in my head where I'll be like, oh, I have to do a video about this type of show or this length or this whatever, and I have to launch this venture, and at the end of the day, what succeeds or fails is so up to chance, and so there's predictable elements to it, but what people will want from me, maybe I make a video that is about the newest show, and I talk about it for 35 minutes, and I'm analytical and I'm funny, and the video gets 300,000 views. Probably I'll gain some patrons based on it, but also maybe I release some random song, and one guy's that's my favorite song, I'm pledging $40, and
that's a better return on investment,
right? And it was just something I wanted to do, So it's
yeah.
And this is kind of what happened to me last year, was that when I went monthly with my Patreon, the idea was that it was just, you're paying for everything I do on the internet.
Yeah.
And there were some people who, I have patrons who don't even watch my main channel content, who are I don't give a fuck about anime, I don't care.
Well, they're the hardest of the hardcore audience, the ones deepest in your shit.
Yeah. But, if I go down a route where I'm only trying to appeal to those guys, I start losing patrons who only care about the main channel. And if I only do main channel videos, I start losing patrons. there was a period where it seemed like everybody was telling me they wanted me to do like big, long, serious videos again. So I went, okay. And I spent like a whole month on this Makoto Shinkai video. Right. And like it came out and people enjoyed it, but it wasn't enough. Yeah. Because a lot of my fans were like, well, this was not worth losing you for a whole month. It wasn't worth not getting my deluge of podcasts that I listen to every day or all my random vlogs, you know? So like, at the end of the day, I always have to strike a balance between these people. And the best way to do that is to just do what makes sense in the moment, because everyone responds to passion. Like everyone, I did these couple of Boogie Pop vlogs because there's a new Boogie Pop anime started, and like everybody who watched them was like, "This is my favorite." Listening to you talking about anime and forever, because I clearly care a lot. I
didn't watch this yet, but when I saw this, I immediately had the spark of, "Oh, I bet Digi really gives a shit about this," and I will have to watch these at some point.
Anyone else getting fucking cold?
Anyone? No, it is cold.
I'm starting to feel. I'm starting to feel like an icy draft blow across my.
You are shoeless.
I am shoeless. I'm most
sockless. What do you want me to turn the heater on? I mean, it won't affect the audio.
Take this fucking blanket.
I could do it.
Hey, I
could do with the heater.
Wait, hold on. I just want to say, I'm not texting anyone, I'm not sexting. Don't worry, I'm writing down notes on my phone, so don't think I'm not paying attention. I'm talking to the audience exclusively.
Cool. On this point of not memeing yourself into oblivion, I like that. And I've been thinking about that recently, and that's kind of what I've done. But like if I wanted to, if I was so inclined, I could announce today, guys, just letting you know, not making the Ghost in the Shell video. Just letting you know, it's not happening. I'm doing other things. If I did that,
that's going to be a soundbite.
What would be the real consequences of that? A few people would probably be a little grumpy, and maybe a few like hardcore fans would feel jilted and might like unpledge. But my channel has grown beyond this like promise I made years ago. I'm still going to make it. But when I think about like people, this is a fascinating thing to me. I think so many YouTubers box themselves into a corner with their and just like they didn't even plan to get there, but where they find themselves in, they feel trapped. Yeah. And honestly, I don't even blame them. I think this is some sort of weird psychological prison we build for ourselves.
I will say this, that like I've put myself in a position where people do get mad at me for canceling projects just because I cancel so many projects. Because to me, it's like I have an idea for a huge series that if it does succeed, I will go through this whole series. Yeah. But if I put out episode 1 and nobody gives a shit, then there's no reason to continue the series. Like I created it under the impression it could be a huge success. So like because I've done that so many times, there are people who are like, you know, I start up a series and they're like, I refuse to get excited about anything you're gonna do.
Well, maybe they don't like the. I mean, if you make episode 1 of anything might not turn out as great as the idea could potentially be fleshed out to be. So maybe that's what the criticism.
But sometimes it's just like sometimes, like for instance, with that Finish or Fail that Munchie did the intro for, like. I had written that in a relatively quick fashion, thinking that it would be a 1 or 2 week turnaround for editing. And it ended up being a whole month turnaround. And like because of that, it had the impression of Digibro didn't put out a video all month. Yeah. And then because of that, it only got 60,000 views, and I was counting on it getting like 300,000 views.
Yeah. Okay.
So like it was, and I had poured a lot of money into it. So it was like both the money and time. It's like I couldn't have afforded to do it again if I was going to have to wait for it to build.
So you're saying that in the end you decided not to salvage the idea, but to slaughter it.
Exactly. Slaughter! Either salvage or slaughter! Welcome to the Temple Crick Show, where we review shit cams. We are the salvage or slaughter!
Slaughter.
This week at the Pro Crastinators podcast, I said we slaughter!
Is that actually a Kadikarus thing? Does he actually do this?
Yeah, I heard it. I didn't believe it, but I heard it for myself.
He has 2 little plastic... No, he has a plastic gun and like a
price checker.
He's got a magic gun. Where'd he purchase that Kadikarus? It's Linkara. That's the joke. That's the joke. Tectonic improv.
We were listening
lecture.
To hey,
atop the fourth wall.
Yeah. I think a lot of people who might not be in the Digi sphere, but in the general PCP sphere, because I'm sure you've explained this in Patreon podcasts and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm sure a lot of people will want to know, like, what the fuck was up with, like, being so weird all the time?
What?
If you mean like with the weird like visuals in my videos,
No,
it's just because,
no,
like,
not like that.
Oh.
But I mean like making all like dude, we're fucking entering a new age. We're in the Gecko Estate. I'm gonna make all these fucking high quality videos nonstop. You know, fucking marketing that marketing show. How they marketed. Fucking Finish or Fail. High effort shit from now on. How they marketed a giant, long fucking series for 2 fucking years. It's gonna go crazy. Get ready for this shit, dude. And then like nothing happened.
Show with the narrative.
I have a YouTube thing. I have a YouTube thing to say Digi. Remember? I think it was
cool.
I think. Sorry, did I interrupt?
No, fine. Do it.
Did I? Okay.
Do what thou wilt.
Did you? I think it was Digi does anime, and you put the footage in like a little tiny TV, like to get around copyright.
That was just what I was doing on my channel for like a year.
Yeah. Well,
because it was before I realized that you could just use 10-second clips.
Well, I was making the Winnie the Pooh video, and I used 10-second clips, but it still got copyright claim.
That's Disney shit.
Yeah, because that's Disney shit.
Yeah.
So I had to use 10-second clips and put it in a tiny TV and fuck with the contrast and brightness and put over like a static overlay video effects on it just to get around copyright protection and have it monetizable. And people in the comments were like, "Nice, Digi bro, Digi does anime reference, dude." Yeah, and I'm like, "No, this is art out. This is art out of adversity. I would never."
Wait, okay, so Digi consistently say, just what the fuck was with avant-garde Digi trying to do weird, like, hugely ambitious projects for a while, and then just, like, stop and going back to normal?
Literally moved to Boston and lost all my money.
Okay.
Yeah, but why did it start, though, before that?
Yeah.
Well, because, like, it started last December. I was, like, I had been doing just, like, non-stop deluge of small content, and some people liked it, some people didn't, and, like, people were, like, demanding that I start making, like, more meaningful shit again. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make bigger, better videos, and I made a couple, and then I had an idea for, like, because, like, I had rewatched, like, a bunch of Jesse's videos, like, the whole Horseshoe Saga. I rewatched, like, a bunch of Demolition D videos. And, like, basically I was like, man, I really want to do more with the medium of video. Like, I don't want my stuff to just be... Because my usual style is I just write a script, like, without the impression it's going to be a video. Like, I just write it like an anime blog post like I used to back in the day. And then I send it to Devu and he edits it. And, like, he can go really crazy with the editing if he wants to, or if I, like, you know, request that this video be, like, really, you know, over the top. But, like, I wanted it to be better integrated stuff, like stuff that was made for video that made sense best as video. And so, like, the best idea I had of, like, how can I talk about anime in a way that will stay interesting, will allow me to talk about big popular shows without having to review them, but, like, I can talk about their history and, like, interesting stuff about them. So how they marketed, the whole idea was, like, I can talk about Attack on Titan or something, and it's not an Attack on Titan review. It's how they marketed Attack on Titan. And then I talk about the marketing. And then the way I would market the show was that each show I talked about, I would market my video the same way the show was marketed. So the whole gimmick was supposed to be that, like, if, for instance, there was a show where it had, like, a heavy Twitter presence, then I would make a Twitter for this video and, like, do something similar to what they had done that I talk about in the video. Yeah. And the main thing that this all hinged on was that episode 2 was supposed to be about Pop Team Epic. And Pop Team Epic marketed itself by having a whole, like, ton of different artists contribute, like, short pieces to the show. And, like, all of it was, like, stuff that could survive as Twitter video or as GIFs. Right. So, like, there was tons and tons of people posting, like, 3-minute clips from Pop Team Epic on Twitter. And the show was created as a marketing gimmick. Like, that was the idea. They looked at this comic and they said, we could do all kinds of marketing experiments with it. So I was going to make that the second episode of how they marketed. The first one was more to explain basic marketing principles, and then the second one would just be, like, utterly insane. And I was going to hire all of you to do parts for it. Like, hire everybody I knew to do, like, little 3-minute bits, and then market it heavily through Twitter and all this shit. And, like, it was going to be this big, sprawling thing to just have popular content that's actually good. Like, it was just, how can I make something that's both good and will be successful? By marketing it. So, yeah, I started working on it, but the thing is that episode 1 took too long to make, partly because I got involved in several other big projects at the same time, where I started making a documentary, and I started doing all this other shit, and I was looking for a house. So it was like I just didn't put enough time into getting episode 1 out the door. And then when I moved, it was like I had lost so much patronage from the amount of time I had spent like working on all these big videos that I was like, well, now I can't afford to take any more time away to work on big videos. I need to get the content machine running again. So as soon as I moved in here, I immediately launched the Gecko Estate, because the idea was these will be like 1.5 hour long videos that will appeal to my core fans, like the people who are unsubbing right now, the people who are unpatroning. Which, funnily enough, while a lot of those people did like it, some of them had just stopped following me in general, and so they just didn't even watch those videos. Like, so there was no opportunity to like bring those people back into the fold because they just weren't even paying attention. But like, you know, so that was my first plan, and then I was like, oh my god, living here is expensive, and I still haven't paid my taxes. I need to just work on making money for a while. So then I was like, now I'm gonna make fucking all populist videos, and like, when How They Marketed episode 1 was complete, I just didn't like it enough. Like, I didn't think it was worth posting or continuing because it wasn't at the level of quality I wanted it to be on, because it was supposed to be an expensive venture. Like, I was going to buy materials to build sets and to, like, you know, have poster arrays and have, like, people's art in it. And, like, that was why, you know, like, for Finish or Fail, I hired both you and Tom, like, I think $50 a piece to do art for it. And, like...
What did Tom do?
Tom made a CG can of beer that I used very briefly at various parts of the video. Because one of the shows, like, the Finish or Fail ending has a preview for How They Marketed. And one of the shows was, like, a show made as a marketing campaign for beer. So I had Tom make me a beer to, like, show the way that they had done it, you know. Anyway... Point being that, like, I was intending to spend a lot of money on it, and then when I couldn't spend money on it, like, when I didn't have the money to spend, it just meant the show wasn't gonna be what I imagined. And so, like, by the time I could have even started on episode 2, I couldn't have paid a bunch of artists to work on it if it was going to be Pop Team Epic. Pop Team Epic wasn't relevant anymore, so it wasn't going to be, like, a splash video. Right. Yeah.
So what you're saying is, May ruined your content. That's the takeaway. Got it. Thank you for validating my theories all along.
MGTOW, 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 MGTOW.
Do you think then that Hello Marketed could come back when you have more money?
I mean, I basically just came to the conclusion that the only way it would be possible is with a Kickstarter campaign behind it. Like, it would have to be funded up front, because no matter what, it's going to be expensive. And it's like, it's just not... It's not worth the turnaround. Like, it was born out of this existential ennui of, like, I want to do content that will succeed, but I also want to do content I will personally think is good.
Watching Demolition D videos will do that to you.
Right. Even though I really only think that he had, like, a couple of great videos towards the end of his career. Like, he was getting better and better. He's the he retired, like, right after he made, like, the best videos he had done, and then it was just like, he's gone.
Wait. Okay, 2 questions. First one, just yes or no. So what you're saying is that you were gonna make all these crazy videos, and then you ran out of money, and so you didn't, and it just is like, that's over, and it just was like a phase that is
pretty much. I mean, it's just it was no longer feasible, and it still is not feasible.
Okay, sick. All right, I want to know specifically what was the inspiration behind the meme of marketing, like this marketing meme.
Because marketing is a way to like. I was looking at how does something
because marketing like lost like all meaning because it was used like in every single sentence you ever said for like months there.
Well, yeah, it was a meme. The point of it was to create a meme that would make that was the marketing. Okay. Like my attempt to market the show was to constantly remind people of the show and just say how they marketed is a series with the narrative. How they marketed is a series with the narrative, and like you would just get it in your head and you would have to fucking see the thing at that point. You know, I mean that's what marketing is.
Yeah.
It's just repeat yourself constantly.
When How They Marketed dropped, I was like, oh, it's that thing I've heard. I've heard this thing, and what is it?
Wait, Brand, does this brand have merchandise? Whoa.
It has branding. Whoa. It has, it has content. It has the other one that starts with an M. Marketing.
What was actually released was not like what episode 1, like I stripped off the first like 7 minutes of it. That was like all, because like originally the first part of the video is all just establishing context of like how shows are marketed in general. It was like all live action, so it was like all these parts of me like using whiteboards and stuff to explain
exist
shit.
Anywhere in the world?
Yeah, I haven't posted it online yet. At the end of that video I'm like, become a patron and you'll be able to see the uncut version, and I never put that version together. But
boy, make that. I want to see that intro. I want to see the director's cut.
It's like 6 minutes, but the audio was not very good, and like we had just moved in, so the house is weirdly barren, and like it just looked and sounded like shit. And like Devu, I had thought like, because I was doing a style at the time where I was occasionally doing heavily edited vlogs, where like I would just talk into the camera, but then I would add tons of shit on top.
Wearing an onion on my belt, as was the style at the time.
I had expected it to be like that, but when I sent it to Devu, he didn't really add that much to that section, and the stuff he did add was like weird and jarring because I just didn't give him enough direction, I guess.
Sure.
So just that whole section, I hated it, and like he had finished it like almost 2 months before I released it. I just was like, well, this I don't even want to look at it because I'm so disappointed with it. And I still had to do all those commercials that are in there, which were all just patron backer rewards. So so anything weird about the video is because it's not the video it was supposed to be. Like it would have made sense, but like because I had already given up on it, it was just kind of like, let's cut this thing in such a way that I can ship it out and then never have to think about it again.
Damn, that's interesting because we always make fun of like producers who do those things with movies. It's interesting.
It's usually out of necessity, you know?
Yeah, of course. Like nobody wants to make like a bad movie. I'm not even saying it was a bad video or anything, but
I still liked it. I still wish there was a number 2.
There could be in the future, but it would be like the approach I had, because I had like a huge list of shows I was going to do, and it was going to end in like a 3-part like film length like movie that was going to be how they marketed Digibro. So like, well, there was going to be how they marketed, and then how they marketed Digibro.
The ultimate
parts 1
how
and
they
2.
marketed when you kill yourself, and then as a martyr, as a sacrificial artist. That's the ultimate marketing tool. Why do you remember Van Gogh? Because he was like gay or something, right? Well, the ultimate self-sacrifice being gay.
Yes.
He must have.
I think he did kill. I know he cut off his ear. I think he killed himself.
I thought he had died of like a disease.
Because he only ever sold one painting to his like brother-in-law, and I'm pretty sure he killed himself.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hemingway killed himself.
Did he really?
There's him. Yeah. That's like what he's most known for is killing himself.
David Foster Wallace, if that even is his real name, killed himself.
Hunter S. Thompson killed himself.
Why did Hunter S. Thompson do it?
I'm gonna kill myself.
Okay.
He was like, he was in his 70s, but like if you watch videos of him at the time,
guys,
like,
if you need to talk to someone, call the suicide hotline.
His lifestyle had taken a toll on him. And it didn't seem like life was probably that enjoyable.
Girls, if you want to commit suicide, call my number instead. I'll help you out too.
But apparently, like Hunter Thompson had said at some point that like the one thing that kept him going was knowing that at the very least he had power over his own life. That like he could, like knowing he could kill himself at any time was like a source of strength for him.
Okay.
And then one day he just fucking was like, well, I'm tired.
Time to cash this check I've been writing for the last 20 years.
Well, I mean, at 70, not bad.
Yeah,
not bad. Could do worse.
I think he was in his 70s.
So
I feel like it's probably pretty uncommon for people to kill themselves at that age. I feel like most suicides are probably for younger
most suicides
people.
are older people.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Old people kill themselves the most.
I mean, there's probably like a spike at youth, and then like a lull or whatever.
And like middle age.
Because I mean, when you're young, even if you fuck up your life really bad, you're like, well, at least I'm young.
Yeah,
and you're also like physically resilient and more likely to survive the attempt.
I suppose that's true. Yeah.
Thomas, like,
yeah, I mean, old people die from falling in the back.
Knocking the door down.
Thank fucking God. Okay, would it be fair to say that instead of trying to do all these big budget blockbusters, you're just trying to settle down and make things work, which have already proven themselves?
Like right now, I'm just like running every imaginable get-rich-quick scheme I can.
Cool.
It's not about getting rich quick, though. It's about having a sustainable long-term business model. Maybe that's what you mean, though.
But like,
get rich in the long term.
Yeah, it is.
Like for instance, something me and Tom have been working a lot towards is defining alternative revenue sources. So like doing things like selling merch or like more intimate products, because like the videos themselves, it's like it's hard to define what people want or what they're like, how do you tell somebody like what your videos are worth, or like one guy might think that the main channel video I spent all month on sucked and he doesn't care, and then the next guy is like, oh, this like 3-minute video of you just like ranting about something is my favorite thing you've ever made. So it's like it always comes down to just like this vague sense that people pledge because they just kind of like me in general, or like the way things are going. But like if you're selling a t-shirt, then it's like the t-shirt is worth $20. If you pay for it, you get the t-shirt, you know? And so like having those less complicated things mixed up in it it's comforting to know that there's like a product you've assigned a value to, people are paying that amount to get that thing, and there's no questions about it. There's no like feelings involved. It's just like buying things you like.
I do like Patreon has always been like a weird model. Well, we talked about that before. And
also just like, you know, a lot of our reliance on Patreon has always come down to like the most hardcore people will pledge the most money. But like you can also just get people to give you money for things. Like a lot of those hardcore fans, while they like, because it's such a weird and vague sense of like how much a video is worth, they just basically pledge whatever they think they can afford long term. Yeah. Whereas if you sell them something, they might even pay you like let's say we made a t-shirt every month. There are some people who might only pledge like $2 on Patreon, but because there is a concrete product and they want to support us, it's like, oh, I'll give you $20 every time you make a new shirt, you know. And that's basically a $20 patron, you know. But like
they just feel more justified in spending more.
Right, exactly. And there are a lot of people who like don't even really give us money but will buy products we sell.
I'm sure there's plenty of those. You know what's always struck me as interesting though? With the Patreon model, it's the people who are the most into you and feel like maybe they like. I am not the kind of person who donates to anyone's Patreon. That's not who I am. But my patrons obviously are, and everyone's patrons are. So I'm not trying to shit on my patrons or anyone's patrons, but like what the business model there relies on attracting the people who are the most attracted to you. And I immediately find that like a weird relationship. What I would much rather have is people who just generally kind of like me. I would rather have more of those than like the cult following who like really care. Because frankly, I can never have the kind of like one-on-one relationship that's kind of weirdly implied by like being a patron or like part of a patron Discord. I mean, I wouldn't even call myself, sorry guys, I don't think I'm friends with most of my patrons. I think I'm associates, or like we communicate, and I'm
acquaintances.
I mean,
at least acquaintances.
My patrons have like kind of a general fear of me, of my ire.
That's what I want for them. I hope they
me too, Digi-Patron heads. Nate, I've always liked that Patreon. I've always enjoyed the fact that theoretically I could subsist on only a few people.
Well, you know why I don't like it though? I feel weird about people like. I don't know, like you got like cam girls, for example, and cam girls have a thing going on, and I don't think YouTubers who have patrons are too far away from a cam girl. In some ways they are, especially me.
Especially me.
You got guys who give like thousands of dollars to some of these girls or whatever, and like that's obviously like a romantic thing, and it's like they're doing it for like a relationship almost. And that's like weird and off-putting.
Well,
and I don't understand it.
I'm more than happy, and I genuinely want to have a relationship with the people who follow me. I would consider many fans of me friends. I have an entire Discord chat, which Ben and Hippo are both in. The Golden Child Founder. I would consider everyone in there a friend, and even some people who aren't in there. I could name drop easily dozens of people from RFCK who I would consider friends.
Sure.
And who I like. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the way you think. I'm saying we think of things differently.
Yeah, and I feel the same way to a degree. Like, guys like Lee, one of my biggest patrons, he's been around for a long time. We get along quite well. We talk all the time in, like, my patron Discord. I feel even, like, it's weird to even quantify a relationship that way. But, like, I like him, he's a patron, but, like, there's this monetary thing that hangs over it that makes the whole thing a little bit strange. Sure. Not like a pure, like, friendship. We met up and we broed out or whatever. And, frankly, I kind of like a more corporatized, sanitized thing where, like, honestly, what it makes me think about is I feel like we are cultivating YouTube shooters. Like, instead of school shooters, it's like YouTube shooters. We're, like, getting these people, we're, like, teasing these people almost with like weird, at least like people like me or whatever. They're like, because I don't know, like I attract a certain kind of guy who's like
alt-right, MGTOW, dangerous.
Right. My videos are like for basically past Nate, as I feel like a lot of people make stuff to like fix their mistakes along their path. So knowing who I was, probably a lot of like lonely guys who are like, you know, don't know a lot of stuff about girls and are, I don't know, maybe see me as a little bit of a role model and stuff.
Well, how, Mark?
What?
What is
This is a big ass chapstick. It's fucking sick. It's blood orange flavor.
Oh my
it's great. I love it. Anyway,
Dude,
this isn't a big thing.
Dude, I just invaded the girls' podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Podcast?
Yeah, I was a male presence invading a female space.
That's what they call rape, my friend.
Guilty as charged.
Anyway,
oh, shit.
I
Just
love
like
my
Rad-con
patrons,
3,
but...
you'll be able to fucking sync the videos together. You can find the
Oh,
part in their
yeah.
stream where Ben did that.
Yeah.
and
Check out the
Yeah.
next
Sync it with
episode
this
of the
podcast.
Cockcast.
Yeah, watch them on
They're
two
actually
monitors.
live. They're
They
live.
They're live?
They're live on what's your
Twitch?
YouTube. They're live
Yeah,
on,
how
Corrupting
corrupting
Your
your kids.
Oh, they're on
that's it.
Corrupting Your Kids.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's cool.
I completely understand the want to have like what did you say as well, like a product you put out. They're
I'm
paying
like
for
Trump.
that
I'm
product.
into building walls, my
Yeah,
dude.
exactly,
I'm into
exactly.
big, strong,
Okay,
beautiful
Strong walls make good
Why do you
neighbors.
have a page-
They do, unironically.
Why do you even have a Patreon Discord then? Why not just say, like, there are no rewards, this is just...
Unironically, so that people will pledge me more because they feel like they can get closer. So I am absolutely
Yeah, you're a little...
inviting this myself.
you're a little,
Absolutely.
tap dance on that line of it.
That's correct. No, I've completely crossed the line. I'm way past it. Yeah, but I mean, I never would have known what it's like unless I tried it. So, I mean, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to shut it down or anything. I have no intention to. I'm just... The relationship is interesting. I, frankly, don't understand people who give money to people online because I don't. And I never have.
I mean, I patron.
Although, you know what I'll say? I almost
You've been patroning me for $1 a month for like 2 years, meaning you've given me like $20.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that.
I've been patroning you
respect
$5
You
for like
have.
a million
It's just,
billion years.
When I
Yeah.
find myself in a situation where I can get a thing for free,
You got your
or
name
I
in the
choose
video.
to pay
Really?
for
You got
it,
your name in the poo video in the credits
shit.
at the
What
end.
am I
yeah.
going to choose between
Right.
free and paid? Like, there is no choice. I just go to the free
Nate,
option.
Maybe,
it's not even thinking.
maybe it's like for a lot of people,
Yeah.
we make content that they like, and it's like
You know what?
you read One Piece for free, but you'll
Yeah.
buy volumes every now and then, or, you know, like
There's
because
a
you
tangible
like
benefit,
it that
yeah.
much.
I mean, for
Some
me,
people
let me
just
say
like
this.
you that
I'm a
much.
little bit of an idiot and just talking out of my ass because I actually was very tempted the other day to pledge to Nexus Mania as the only person I've ever been even tempted to patron to because he just seems like such a hard worker and deserves good things in his life.
That's true.
And
Well,
for
that's-
that brief moment when I
Nate.
didn't actually pledge, I sort of understood.
I believe a lot
that's
of it
gone.
is like a certain sense of like be the change you want to see in the world, because that's always
Yeah.
how I've approached it. Is like I patron people because I want this type of content to feel as though it can continue.
Yes.
You know, it's like
yeah.
I see like someone like me, you know, I have even if I talk about a lot of popular things and even if my opinions are shared by a lot of people, I generally have unpopular opinions.
Yeah.
And like if you want to be like, you know, really, really popular,
Sorry.
it usually pays to have the popular opinions.
Yes.
So if people
Yes.
are like, hey, you have an unpopular opinion that I share, I want to make sure that you are able to keep having your voice heard, then like that's usually why, and they'll give to something like that. And like most of the people who I would ask, if they're not doing it for a reward tier, like if they're just giving money with that they don't care about the rewards, it's almost always some kind of like, yeah, I want to prove a point by like giving money to this. you know?
I think it for me.
I want to align myself with this.
that too.
Yeah.
Cause
For me,
this
I
idea.
don't pledge to a lot currently, but I want to pledge to way more. For me, it's as simple as, I mean, what everyone says at the end of the video. If you like this content, please
Yeah,
support
if you
me.
want
I
to
want to support
That's
you.
why I've been a longtime patron of Japanese emoticons.me.
That's true.
Uh,
That's true.
There's this.
I use their services and I appreciate what they bring to the table culturally.
There are many small YouTubers with small Patreons.
And
I
small
want-
penises.
and small penises
Yeah.
as well. That I genuinely think, you know, there's a good chance if this person doesn't make money, they'll just stop. These people are
Yeah.
making content, which I love and I watch like every week. Do I want that to stop? No. I want to make sure that I just personally get to have this content in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, in many ways, it comes back to benefit me as somebody who has a Patreon. Because, like, it normalizes Patreon to have more people on there. There's more people, the more people are successful through it, the more people will get one. The more the cultural understanding will be that you can promote art this way. Yeah. And so it's like, you know, in some way, just like being a part of that system will come back around to help me as a creator too, you know?
Shout out to Walter's World, travel YouTube series. He's like a dad.
I feel the same way. I feel like, you know, if you're a Patreon person, you know, it's nice. It's nice to at least. It's nice to be putting your money where your mouth is a little bit. So, like, I don't pledge that much, but like I think I pledged like $1 to Hippo. I think I pledged $1 to Mage, and maybe like actually Japanese emoticons.me might be it. That might be be it.
I also like until moving here, I just had like more money than I knew what to do with. So like part of the reason I would patron people is it's just like, well, you need the money more than I do. So like
I guess I haven't been in that position.
Yeah, like
really. Yeah.
If I have like. It's like a lot of the people I patron, it's either because I am a huge fan or I'm a friend of theirs, or I just like legitimately like their content more than my own. Yeah. Like if I watch somebody and they have a Patreon and I think like this guy is an inspiration to me, then it's like I feel as though I am getting something like I'm getting something tangible from them. Like, yeah, you made this video that was amazing and it made me want to go make something amazing, and I'm going to give you money for like in trade for that.
That all makes sense. I guess it's just a little bit of the objectivist in me that just says my job in life is to make me as good as I can possibly be, including monetarily. So I'm just going to hoard all my money and build myself up so I can be the, you know, a fucking rock
eventually
in my own
you
life.
will have so much money that
eventually,
you will not
but
know.
Not now.
Although I could also see you just putting all of that into a fund for your kids' college or something.
So
like,
certainly that would be on the to-do list for life at some point. Yeah, I mean, if I was a millionaire, this would be a different ball game. But I am not.
Close, get in there. Give it another month or two.
Give another patreon.com/best.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes.
I can't wait to become a millionaire and the Federal Reserve sent you the gold play button. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah! Yeah!
Oh my god. I wish real life was as cool as YouTube.
They just send you a gold dollar bill.
Yeah.
Dude, did you guys, I don't know who this was.
They send you a gold tombstone.
Shout out to this random guy I saw on Twitter today, but I just saw some dude just said like, so this is a cool interaction I had with YouTube. He's like, hey guys, like at Team YouTube or whatever, I've got 158,000 subscribers, and yet you said you're like denying me getting my silver play button. Could you tell me why? They said like, hey, we've reviewed this, and apparently you've either violated our content guidelines or you've got too many strikes. He's like, okay, here's the thing though, I have no strikes, and I have not violated the content guidelines in any way. Would you care to tell me how? And they're like, we cannot comment any further. You are ineligible for the button. But like, I don't know where I fucking saw it. It was just on Twitter somewhere. But fuck YouTube, I guess is the point.
I still don't have a silver play button. It's been fucking 4 years. You gotta
talk to him again, dude. YouTube just would be so better off if they just. You could do nothing differently in this situation, but just explain the reason. Because if you don't explain it, it looks like you're hiding something.
How many new people pass the 100,000 like every week? Like, it can't be that many.
It can't be that many.
No.
I mean, I don't know, what, maybe 100?
I don't be
know.
surprised if it was even that many.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
sure there's some data on that somewhere.
There's probably data. By the way, I'm coming soon. You better have that fucking silver play button ready for me, because I'm coming for it, YouTube. I'm going to want it day 1. So get to work.
I'm coming for that gold. I'm coming for that diamond.
You never get it, Nate. They sell fake
diamond
versions
10
on
million.
Alibaba.
I've seen that. I've seen the fake ones. Yeah,
great. That's what I'm gonna get.
I want that fucking button when I cross 100. Or now you give a plaque instead of a button now.
Why?
Maybe when I hit 20,000, I'll like carve one for myself out of like balsa wood.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Digi and Nate.
Yeah.
Real question. Why are you both doubling down on 2 companies which you both hate?
Because
Patreon and
YouTube
YouTube.
is still the biggest game in town, and for what I'm doing, it's by far the best option.
Will you switch if there is a genuine, actual, real alternative, capital A alternative?
You know what I would
which is
probably
viable?
do? You know what I would probably just upload to both, and then just like play the fucking field, because why not? Just I'll optimize on every platform. I mean, I've been thinking of doing like BitChute and shit. It's just that I don't really think my content is in the realm of like danger for being like destroyed. Like with Weagawa, the goal of Weagawa, I will tailor my fucking shit to work on YouTube. Whatever that requires, I will do it. It is a business venture.
To succeed on YouTube requires frequent uploads.
Oh, there it goes.
Nate, I would say that you should...
Damn, boy!
Yeah!
Damn.
Got him.
Thanks, Tom.
Back at it again with the sick burn.
You survive
Gotta
somewhat
flip those
because no
glasses
one
upside
hates
down
you.
now, good sir.
You're very good at not having enemies, Nate. I feel like that's a lot of the reason why no one comes after you. Because I think
It's because I'm a middle child and I'm the mediator of the family.
It's just like
right.
it's just like Dale Carnegie says in Ways to fucking how to make friends and influence
love that.
people.
Yeah.
If you don't have any enemies, find a way to make some. Because the most steadfast allies are enemies you've turned into friends.
it's just like how Skeeter says in Doug Funny. People are going wild for this pizza.
As Dale Carnegie also says in How to Win Friends and Influence People, Tippy, that yellow-haired pup that my daddy bought for me for 50 cents, was the light and joy of my childhood, until one tragic day he was killed by lightning not 10 feet from my head. Anyway, on to what else I was saying. No further elaboration.
You know, it's an
Great book.
It's true, I don't seem to have many or any enemies, even though I've said some shit that people don't care for in the past. I think it's because I'm so damn conciliatory, and maybe it makes me, I don't think I'm a pushover, but I do think a lot about how to not fuck up my life. And that's a big one. Not just making people hate me.
Whenever, even on the PCP, basically anytime you're in an argument,
I hate you, Nate. What are you talking about?
Like that.
Correct. What are you saying, Tom?
Every time we even on the PCP when we have an argument like that, like I've noticed your strategy is basically to always like find a point of agreement or something, or at least say the words that kind of sound like you're agreeing, even if you mean tell them they're retarded.
Because I hate so much. Like I could argue with a socialist all day. I could say like, no, capitalism's good, and like a hardcore comic could be like, no, communism's good, and like I'm sure they've got good things about communism. Like I'm sure I would say good things about capitalism. Like we're wasting our time doing that shit. What we need to be is go way the fuck back and be like, okay, so do you think it's actually okay to like take the sweat off of someone's brow who like worked it, as capitalism would like say? And they'd be like, yeah, for this reason. I'd be like, okay, here's why I disagree. And like, but that's a meaningful debate, not just like 400 million dead in Russia versus you know, like the working poor are oppressed in the whole West, or you know,
the way. I feel exactly the same, Tom. I
want to have productive debates / arguments, not just waste my time.
This is the way it is for everyone on the PCP.
Yeah.
Where we all say something fucking retarded, and then everyone else is like, that's obviously stupid. And then they dial up, and then we all dial it back to what our actual point is, which is extremely reasonable 99%
and we
of
like
the
all
time.
agree on. Like,
yeah.
I feel
like,
most
That's the only way you can make good radio.
Yeah.
I mean, like, personally, like, I will go out of my way to frame things as stupidly as possible.
It makes me so mad.
So the conversation can last longer.
I mean, if it's
like
for
I'm trying to fill time on a show where we have to have like.
Well,
you have to understand.
We gotta
that,
talk about something.
A big part of the
might as well be something that isn't even real.
This is honestly, I've trained myself to speak this way, and like, granted, I've always been long-winded, but like, I have to put out hours and hours and hours of content every week. I can't really come up with new shit to say all the time. And most arguments have been had before. So it's like, how can we have this argument in a way that will be really dumb and waste everyone's time so that we can fill an hour of content?
That is so true. And, I mean, we were kind of talking with Econ about this yesterday, about like, I mean, at least I was, like the purpose of media and like, is it not just kind of wasting everyone's fucking time to not just be like read a textbook on whatever it is you're arguing about? Don't fucking watch like The Lion King to learn about why revenge is not good. Whatever the fucking point of Lion King is. But then Econ made a very reasonable point of what media does is it's basically the Huey's Law, should I say, which is a totally redundant, whatever. It's like it packages a moral and you fucking take it down. You're like, I learned why the lions are like good because it's bad to just kill people and kill your your brother so that you can be king. You shouldn't do that.
I don't know why you picked Lion King for this example.
It's a bad choice. Okay, Undertale. I learned.
Sans is good.
Yeah,
The moral.
That's what I learned. So I was a little bit cynical about like if media even has value, because I feel, as I think I've said this before, but as I go forth on my crusade to talk about anime, Nvidia, and shit, I'm letting you know right now, I'm gonna be talking about the same points forever. It could recontextualize in the different show that happens to be the one. But the fundamentals are the same, and I've elaborated them many times in the PCP. That's what it's gonna be.
If you read any author or listen to any speaker, like, that is what they do.
Yeah.
They just repeat themselves.
This you have to do. You're
and
trying to speak your truth.
And
I guess you could say that it's about, you want to find the one way they're able to deliver it, aka like the entertainment value that's applied to like perhaps that way you deliver that message that actually gets people to swallow it. And they're oh, I get it now.
There's been a ton of my videos that like people will watch it and go like, oh, you already said this in an After Dark video. You know? But like in the After Dark video, it's like I just had this idea. It's just exploding out of me for like 25 minutes. It's not really well phrased. It's not like thought through. And then like sometime later, I think about it again, and I'm like, oh, now I know exactly how to put it in a way that more people will understand, and I can make like a full video out of it. And so it's usually just about like, how can I keep repackaging this statement in ways that will give it different nuance, make different people understand it, and make the content feel different? You know?
Yeah. That's the point, I guess. Like, you know what was interesting? I saw this guy, Aziz Ansari. He's like a American Muslim activist, and he's had like some arguments with like Sam Harris. But he said a very interesting thing. It's
funny that you described him as an activist when he's like comedian and actor.
Oh, sorry,
like,
it's not Aziz Ansari. Okay. It's Reza Aslan. That's who, right? Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Reza Aslan. That's who it is, not the comedian. And him and Sam Harris like had some arguments, and like a while back, he just came out and he's like, I've been debating people on like philosophy. His thing is like, Islam is good. We just need to like. Whatever, doesn't matter. He's making his point. He's been like, I've been debating people like Sam Harris and other people forever. Nobody fucking cares. It's not changing hearts and minds. Got a better idea. I'm going to make TV shows that like show positive Muslim characters, and like this is just what I'm doing now. It's the point is the same. It's like convince people that like Muslims are good or whatever. And this is just going to be a way better way of changing hearts and minds. And that's media for you, I guess.
I mean, you got to trick people into thinking they came up with the idea themselves.
That sounds like Huey's Law in action.
Indeed. They watch a show, it's like got like, I don't know, like a Muslim kid. Maybe he was like bullied by like the mean Christian kid in that episode. And then at the end, the Christian kid's like, man, maybe we're not so different. Boom. You just indoctrinated 1,000 ISIS members right there. Lining up in the fucking trenches. So I guess...
That's how I got there.
I guess that's literally what I've been saying I'm doing, only it's my philosophy, not his philosophy with like,
which means
my
it's
YouTube
better.
videos. Which means it's better, yeah. I guess a lot of people do that, and I guess that's it.
He's sipping tea like Kermit over there.
But that's none of my business. But recruiting members of ISIS, that's none of my business. Anyway.
He says calling up his business agency, we got 2 more boys.
On the bottom of the cup is like join.
That episode of The Simpsons with Join the Navy.
Yeah,
but Yvonne Niage.
Yeah.
Yvonne CC. Right?
Yeah. Wait.
No. CC et Niage.
For ISIS. Yeah, you're right. Well, what else we got going on? We could do some of the questions. I put out a hashtag AskPCP.
Wait, how long have we been going?
Anyone, can we tell?
We gotta be at an hour, right?
Definitely over an hour. I would think.
Oh, go start recording?
It's 9:05 now.
Start doing that, so shouldn't we?
Don't actually. Oh, stop.
I just want.
Nervous.
What are we at?
No,
what time we at?
I have no clue how to tell.
Okay, I'm sure we've been going for a while, and hopefully it recorded. If not, well, fuck me. Let's just do some fucking. Okay, so we can't do the voicemails today because we don't have them.
Wait. That button doesn't say go live, does it?
It does.
We're recording.
Yeah, we're
recording. Yeah, we're not
you don't
live.
have to worry about that part.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait,
right on.
Hey, by the way,
I'm checked out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
We're not on Fat 32 right now, are we?
No. Because
Okay.
we're
God,
not
I
recording
hope
to an
not.
external hard drive. It's
Okay.
fine.
Thank God.
So no voicemails right now because we can't do it live like this. It'd be weird and hard. So
Twitter questions.
I did a
Pity
thing.
questions.
We're gonna
All
salvage
oh my
or
God.
slaughter.
all salvage or
Salvage
slaughter.
Or slaughter!
Slaughter.
There we go. Okay.
No, slaughterer! You
Guys.
have to slaughter the video game.
Let's get some more bungo. If you guys want to pull out your phones, you can look at them too.
Mine's dead. Mine's
I
dead,
like
Chief.
Ask PCP, and I fucking.
I'm so not used to this happening.
Can't make
I know,
it
it's
readable.
weird.
There we go.
All right. Searching. Latest.
I deleted Twitter from my phone. I can't.
Why did you guys all delete Twitter from your phone?
Because it's literally the
Do you not have
best thing.
self-control like me?
Just turn the notifications.
This is self-control.
Ben, what did you call me? A human robot yesterday? Wasn't that a thing that was said?
I don't think I called you a human robot.
Nate, this is better than
I don't
self-control.
remember.
Never mind.
This is like even better than self-control. It's robot control.
Oh god, all these questions are already shit. This is why we don't do it anymore. These are all bad. Why at the world?
Fuck the fans.
Feel bad about your question. Okay, here we go. This one, all right. This is whatever, kind of cool. At Rad-con Gamer asks, "What piece of media do you feel the worst about liking?"
The PCP.
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
What's that?
Avril
Ben?
Lavigne's entire discography. A life's like this.
Man,
Yeah.
That's the way.
That's the way it is. And it is though. But it is though.
I
Then
respect.
you
Damn!
Then you have a type.
Avril Lavigne is a choice wife. Plus, she's into my Japanese shit with her Hello Kitty song. She loves.
Kawaii.
Kawaii. I never even heard that one before.
I think my answer is going to have
He
to
says
be...
singing parts.
I've
of
heard
it.
I saw a clip of it.
Yeah.
I think I feel the worst about liking rap music from artists who are not okay with white people saying the N-word.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they adamantly in the songs are like, yo, white guys don't be singing along to this shit. And I'm just like,
Come on, guys.
just there are like a lot of rappers who have like an active disdain for their white audience.
I've got a question about that. I've been considering that issue. Do you think, because like, okay, if you are one of those people selling to the world, do you think is that a reasonable complaint to make, considering that you're selling to a lot of those white folks? Maybe if you said, I don't want white people to buy my albums.
We've talked about this before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you know what? I guess you're
At
right.
the end of the day, like, the point of their music is to be emotional, to express how they feel. So,
Yeah.
like, if they feel uncomfortable with white people saying the N-word, then, like, you know, it's fine that they want to rap about that. It's just, like, when you're listening to something and it seems like it is attacking you personally and you can't really argue back, or you get the sense that this person would not be willing to listen to arguments back, then it's just kind of like, you just can't help but get pissed off hearing it.
I know what you mean. Munchie, what are you most ashamed of liking?
I don't really have any media that I'm ashamed of. I mean, I like I don't believe in like guilty pleasures really. I like everything that I like. If I didn't like it, then why would I like it?
I don't know.
Well, it didn't necessarily ask if you were ashamed. It said, what do you feel the worst about liking?
Feel the worst, yes.
So, like,
Do you
there's
feel
other ways. Like, I'm not ashamed of liking that music. I just feel bad because I like it, and I know that the person does not like me.
I guess I feel bad about liking generic YouTube shit.
like top
Just
10
because
anime
it like
babes.
eats up your time and ruins your life.
Yeah, and also I just feel like I'm not supposed to like it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I'll load up YouTube and I'll feel like, what's the world like? What's it like out there past the forest? And I'll go on the trending tab and I'll watch maybe one or two videos and I'll think, haha, yeah, okay. And then close it, and I'll think I should have hated that. It shouldn't have been even lukewarm or anything. Yeah. It should have been like I actively dislike this.
And anything that's trending.
Yeah.
If I see it, I'm like, I shouldn't like this. This is horrible. This wouldn't be trending if it were worthwhile.
Yeah.
Hey, Monkey Away asks, why are you guys so averse to talking about big topics you have passionate opinions on? It's a lot more entertaining than Nate's gay-ass vacation stories. Which I guess we did briefly touch on.
We tried it. We tried it today, and it was bad. I didn't actually want to talk about capitalism because, like, yeah, I don't like it.
I'll happily admit I am no expert on economic systems.
I don't really feel
what big
qualified to talk about it either.
Passionately about have we not talked about?
Well, there's always the JQ, which we might want to get into here on the show.
I didn't know what that was. I found out like a week ago.
What the hell is JQ?
The Jewish question.
What is that?
Oh, he doesn't fucking know.
I don't actually.
Check Tom's Q&A for some choice answers. I find myself restraining, speaking about things that interest me, basically every single PCP episode. Yeah. I'll have notes, and I'll be like, wait a second, I forgot. None of these people have the same interests as me. Time to delete half of it.
Well, why would you think so? Like, why do you think that, like, what's the kind of stuff you bring up? Because, like, if it's something like, oh, like, I watched this anime that none of you guys have seen, and I wanted to talk about it. Like, obviously, I wouldn't talk about that. But I don't think there's any...
It's like that, but for instead of, like, shows, it's interests. Like
what's an interest you have that you don't think any of us would be interested in talking
history.
About? History's interesting to everybody.
Is it?
History
I feel like an asshole every single time I talk about it.
Like, what is something historical that would not be interesting to people?
I don't know. I think a lot of people would consider it a rather boring school-type subject.
If it's related to some... If you have, there's a point to be made by it.
Here's the thing. History's not boring. School is boring.
I mean, I agree.
From my perspective, if anyone says anything I didn't know, it is automatically interesting.
Well,
no matter what, intaking information I didn't have.
I think the thing is more like Munchie doesn't know whether it would make a good conversation piece. He doesn't just want to say things to us.
I don't. I also don't want you to just bring up history anecdotes with no particular point behind them.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I don't do it. This is I'd be a weird asshole for doing that.
I mean, why would you want to do that?
Well, no, I'm saying I want to talk about history and other things, not just that. But, like, why would I do it on the PCP when this is clearly not a good avenue for it?
If it's entertaining, and I guess everyone, I don't bring up stuff I don't think is entertaining for the exact same reason. I'm like, well, that sounds boring and gay. So
I think it's entertaining to me, but in this context with these people and for this audience, no. Why?
I mean, if you had, let's just say you read a fucking book and,
which I have.
I can't, I don't believe you. But, if you did,
okay.
And there was, some, you fucking, the fucking fall of Pompeii. And, you were like, guys, just listen to this fucking story about this thing that happened in real life. And then you told it in, a sick way or something like that. I don't know, maybe that'd be cool.
I know a fact about...
we all be interjecting and joking and being like, Pompeii,
Hey, Munchie, I know a fact about Pompeii. Tell me if you heard this one. In Pompeii, it was common for people to just write on walls.
Yes, a lot of graffiti. A lot of
their enemies would say Pom gay on
and
the walls.
I remember I read a thing about not architects, archaeologists. They found all these messages carved into walls and stuff around the city, including the ironic joke, everyone writes on walls but me.
That's good.
There's a fuck ton of sex in Pompeii.
That guy went on to make Homestuck.
Yeah. he then carved 18,100 words of a story about it's a story about these four kids. They don't communicate in person. They are friends through their wall
and then volcano erupts and they all die.
But they get transported to a new island where they have to play a game to bring the old one back.
I like to imagine an old Roman citizen just carving away. Today's your 13th birthday. Though it was 13 years ago you were given life, it was only today you've been given a name. And people just looking on in horror, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Imagine if someone they just carve like a story prompt and they wait for someone to come to the spot and then they do a live RP over a whole thing and they had tell a fun D&D campaign or something.
That'd be fucking
over over the side of an industrial complex.
We could just buy a wall and
buy a wall.
Right.
Why buy a wall? We can build a wall. Build that wall.
See, that's what happens.
We're not all right. We promise.
Yeah, when
that was the high point of this whole episode.
It was good.
Time to go out on a high.
Then we have to build the wall. We've decided.
Right.
What else we got? There's a lot of people asking for lectures. A lot of people talking about they want more lectures and stuff.
We don't have time. We don't have time.
I know.
If you guys want more lectures, give us a shitload of money so that we can fly to each other's place and lecture each other about bullshit.
That's so intangible, I hate making, I've always said, hey guys, if I make more money, I'll finally be able to go full-time YouTube. I'll make Zoom anywhere. I've always felt bad about promising that because it's so vague and not concrete.
I mean, it's no less
same
true.
thing about. No, I mean it is literally true.
In this
but...
case, I don't think it's deniable that if we had the money to group up, we would do lectures.
I mean, we're saying that
extremely.
I mean, I would have needed prep
Extremely
time.
successful.
Yeah.
Like none of us knew that this was going to happen far enough ahead of time to prepare.
I mean, our time was
like
occupied with.
I have
Right.
I have like 2.5 lectures maybe ready to go in the chamber, but
Really?
none of them are like ready to go. They all need
I
research.
I only have one, and I have to do like extensive research to make it possible.
I have.
Can you tell me after the show?
I'll tell you right now. It's
Okay.
it's about the Coheed and Cambria album narrative.
That sounds
yeah.
great. That I would love to hear that. I've got buddies who have told me about it. I've got a list.
Tectonic improvs.
Over
Atop the fourth wall.
That's the one.
Linkara's atop the fourth wall is a good one to tide you over. It's good. It's very much like one of ours. Also, there's a bunch of really funny parts where it seems like the friends that he's conscripted to listen to his lecture seem really. They're mostly okay, but every now there's like one like heckler in the crowd who seems like mad to be there, and there's a couple of times when like they have some banter back and forth, and it's not quite sure like is this serious? Like are they actually mad at each other? Are they gonna have words after this?
Oh yeah,
it's great.
You found that narrative compelling.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll let you watch it then.
Mm-hmm.
You can also watch Down the Rabbit Hole.
Dick questions.
Different style, but same kind of content.
I'm thinking.
Munchie.
Wait! About the Down the Rabbit Hole. I've mentioned the Pooh's Adventures of and the Lion King Heart Fantasy films. That's like a short one. I've been thinking about maybe making that into like a Down the Rabbit Hole style video instead of a lecture because I don't know if there's enough there to make into a full lecture. But even if I do that, I still have at least one lecture that I definitely want to do.
The Down the Rabbit Hole thing sounds sick.
Yeah. That one's been. It's time to deliver on that one because the world still doesn't know.
Yeah.
The world still doesn't know about Lion King Heart Fantasy films.
There's some intense shit going on right now.
Tom, were you reading a question or something?
I was reading a question to Munchie, but he's been consumed by pizza.
Tell me!
The people want to know, businessman, when is Noogle coming to fucking Linux?
Well, let me tell you, boys and girls, Noogle's gonna come as soon as you give Noogle some of those fancy numbers. I'm not talking about counting up. I'm not talking about dividing. I'm talking about those 3 magic numbers on the back of your credit card. You give that to me, Dr. Noogle, and you've got 3 or 4 Noogle HQs in your hometown, back of your yard, in your house, in your bedroom, using your machine to mine cryptocurrency to fund our operations. Our entire thesis, our entire plot here is to get you, your information, your dog, your wife, your family, in our system, back them up, and make sure they back up on your hopes and dreams as we drive you into the fucking ground. Noogle!
Noogle!
Oh
wait, fuck! To go!
We got one great question. As I hastily ask, guys, we need questions right now. Stumbling out of the gate comes oh my phone, my whiz. What's poppin'? Shit! All right,
What's poppin'?
That's the best you could do under such high pressure. All right, these are shit. Meet Cool Man asks, when will you create your next masterpiece? Which I find an interesting question.
I fucking made a masterpiece last
In the
year.
shed,
if you know what I'm saying.
We both fucking with it.
All right.
Excellent.
Anyway, go on.
I feel that my latest album, The World Over, is the greatest masterpiece I've ever created. So I am not due to create a masterpiece for the next
Daily.
I'll have to go listen to it.
Daily.
I didn't listen to that one. What beats did you use for it? Did Shade make them?
No, it was entirely me rapping over the .hack sign soundtrack.
All right, cool.
And I'll probably make a video explaining the narrative behind it because it's a concept album.
Please do.
And then I think there's some people who will enjoy it even more.
Wait, what's it called?
The World Over. Didn't you see my video that was like apocalyptic, cyberpunk, trapped in the internet, anime soundtrack, mixtape, The World Over?
I saw that and I didn't click on it.
Work on those titles and thumbnails,
it was
dude.
too intense.
It's the I mean, I thought that was a perfect title. That's like a title that would make me click on it.
Look, the Zoomer demographic doesn't agree. Clearly.
I guess so. But it's by far the most work I've ever put into anything. Probably.
Hey, so we have the ability to cut things, but this is a provocative question that I like, and it's in light of recent events. Asked Mr. Bones, what are your overall thoughts on Mumkey as a content creator, considering that he was decided to be too hot for YouTube? He could not exist on here.
Yeah.
I think that, I guess I can understand YouTube's reasons why. I don't agree with them.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have had his channel terminated. Mm-hmm. But I guess if you put a gun to my head, I could tell you why they probably did it for PR reasons.
I suppose
I don't think it's fair. It's like his stuff is comedy.
Is he asking about whether you thought it should get deleted from YouTube, or just your opinion?
He's just saying, considering recent events of him being deleted from YouTube, what do you think of him as a content creator? I think he's a hard-ass worker, which I respect greatly.
He is definitely a hard worker.
But he has always pushed the line of edginess. And, like Mumkey would say, it's jokes, which I agree with, and I would 100% allow it if I was platform. Mm-hmm. But considering YouTube's corporate squeezing of things, I do get that they think that, like the kind of little bit of line-blurring humor that Mumkey uses, that it obviously it's not, he doesn't fucking endorse Elliot Rodger, but, like, when you make lots of edgy jokes... I get why, the normos are not going to be like, oh, I get it, this is a joke, and I don't like Elliot Rodger. They'll be like he was literally cited in someone's, I forget, this was like on some news channel or something, about how, somebody please put this in the description, somebody's going to know this, or in the comments. It was like, somebody made a video about, incels, the rise of the incel threat, and, used a clip of Mumkey's video about Elliot Rodger as, look at
this is what we're dealing with.
Yeah, where it is a literal parody comedy video. Yeah. But the thing is, though, if you just watch it and you don't know it's a parody, if you saw a clip, you might think, well, okay, here we go.
It's obvious to me, but I'm also steeped in context.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the joke got old. I've had enough Mumkey Jones. It's time for Money James to make
Money
it.
Money James. By the way, just a small update on this. You know how Sheepover made a channel called Jungle Jimmy or whatever? Deleted. It's not owned by Mumkey. It was owned by Sheepover. Deleted. It's
really?
Fine. Yeah, that's what Sheepover just tweeted. Or whatever it was called, Jungle Jimmy. They are going hard to... They didn't do that to fucking Keemstar when he said, Drama Alert is run by another person. I'm just the hired actor, to be honest. But I guess Mumkey was... This is too much. This is too much shit.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised.
I think they just don't want him in their brand.
They don't want him. They do not want him.
I guess their mind's made up. They didn't do that to Mike the Smoker. Mike the Smoker got his channel back.
I guess they consider him less of a
doing
serious
tobacco
threat.
reviews.
I just don't understand how they have this laser focus.
I'm joking. I just think it's funny that Mike the Smoker is a real thing.
It's like the whole the eye of Sauron that is YouTube fully did turn its attention.
Right.
We can all we say some shit here that might get us flagged, but we're under the radar. It feels like the full light of God is shining on Mumkey in judgment and saying, you will not be here, you will be removed because we want to do that.
Somebody made up their minds.
Somebody
about
decided,
it.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
What do we think about it? I haven't seen his content in a while, but I used to think he was cool.
I don't know.
I have no reason to believe
after he said the third video, there was hey guys, I haven't made a Elliot Rodger killing video in a while, but
I'm sorry, I haven't made another Diary for Women Kid video.
It may have been me who reported his channel. I'm just saying, I got a little bit tired of those videos.
I reported his channel.
Yeah, no, it was me.
We all.
We're all Money Jones. Yeah.
Money James.
We're all Money James.
No, I'm Money James.
What else we got? What is objectively the worst job in existence? YouTube. Have you ever pooped without peeing? That's a provocative question.
I don't think that I have. I don't think that I have.
I have. I aspire to.
I have many times because oftentimes I take a piss and then realize afterwards that I
have to go back.
Oh, well, that counts as.
I think you're double dipping on that.
Yeah, you're double dipping. Yeah.
By the way, the worst question about whatever was from C20L. Okay,
Is that Cuddle 2 Lol? Cuddle 2 Ol?
Key 2 Ol, yeah, C2 Ol. C2
There's someone called Cuddle 2 Lol or Cuddle 2 Ol who I see around. It's got to be the same guy.
I just want to give credit to
Gotta be.
What else we got? Can you guys have the PCB War IRL in Boston somehow?
Link arms, dude. We gotta beat the shit out of these
I
fucking idiots.
I feel like we're in a
Slime guns out, boys.
I feel like we're in a state of parley as the leaders of the various factions. We've met up to like have a war council and establish the terms. Like the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, what do you think
shit.
you're talking about this whole week?
Yeah, that's what it's all been about.
Dude, it's gonna be so fucking easy unless we're just steamrolls everyone. When you unite the killers and the riders,
Will they ever be united? Is the question.
Of course,
I don't think so.
We're united right now. Hey, by the way, Ben, I ate some of your
Yeah.
banana pudding and pepperoni pizza.
Killers, fucking killers, go! Killers now! In the cathedral right now! At Crusaders, fucking get them!
I need that pepperoni pizza.
I need that pepperoni pizza and that banana pudding. I gotta put them together. It's a combination too powerful to be left in rowdy hands.
I have a recipe for Sledgefest. I have a recipe for banana pudding pepperoni.
Hey,
I'm not gonna tell you what's in it, but I swear it's gonna
Here's a
change
question.
everything.
Directed towards me, but we can put.
Dude, we
everyone.
gotta fucking put banana. We gotta put that
Banana
in the food
pizza.
Yeah.
Banana pizza
in the food court.
Yeah,
because it needs to be like the ultimate item, the ultimate food item.
Did you get that today? Is that what happened?
No, it's a Doug Funny episode.
okay.
And Ben
We're
just
in the car.
he just rants about Doug Funny literally every
if
day of my
there's
fucking life.
nothing happens that I can't relate to Doug and his adventures in Bluffington.
All right, here we go. So this is Juicy Shackbean asks, Nate, are you creatively past your prime? Is everything we get from you now on soul dead and heartless? Sick dick. That's
Yes, it would be a hard yes.
I would. The answer is God. I hope not, because I've barely done anything. So if I've truly reached the end, I had very little to say from the start. No. I mean, like I said before, I feel like everything I do for the rest of my life is kind of going to be repackaging the same ideas I've generally talked about on everything. But I guarantee you, I'll find cool ways to do those in entertaining ways. As we go forward.
I literally have amazing ideas for content, like several times a day. Way more than I could ever feasibly create. Most of it, I end up coming down on the side of like, I don't know if I'll ever find time for this. Like, like over Christmas break, because I went to May's parents' house and like just didn't work for like 5 days, and like the whole time we were watching Christmas movies, and I had like this really like this huge idea for like an epic Rankin and Bass analysis video, an idea for like a How the Grinch Stole Christmas video, like reviews of like several other movies. It was just like a Die Hard. Like I thought of like a whole like new way I could take on Die Hard and explore like why that movie's good and like just all this shit. And
Release
I'm like,
one of those around Christmas.
I have no idea if any of these. Like, all of them I know would be successful videos, but do I have the capacity to write them and edit them and give enough of a shit all the way through production while still working on other things? That's the question.
Did you watch It's a Wonderful Life this Christmas?
I did not.
It's a great one.
It's a tradition for me. I love that fucking movie.
It's great.
But I did watch I watched a lot of Christmas movies I hadn't seen. Like, I hadn't seen Die Hard, so it was like, I watched for the first time, and I was like, oh my god, it actually is good.
It actually is good, yeah.
And I was really interested in exploring
did
why.
you die
because,
hard?
like,
Other people die
I won't get
hard.
too far into my theory.
Yeah, okay. He was dead from the very start. It was a dream sequence. To answer this question on me a little bit more, so from the beginning of Best Guy Ever, I had like 4 videos planned, one of which was the Gurren Lagann stuff. That's done. Another of which was the Ghost in the Shell stuff. Not done. And there were 2 more beyond that from the start I planned on making. And I've made one of those, and I'm working on the second of those 4.
I don't know what the 4th one is. I only know 2 and 3.
I'll give you a hint.
Secret.
It's not the best anime ever, but quite the opposite.
That is true. That is true. I won't go into any more details. I like to surprise people in general, but
I was gonna say, but
well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When those are done, and I will let people know when those are done, just because for trivia's sake. At that point, if you see my content drop off completely, because I'm just like, well, I fucking said everything I got to say. Fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do. fair enough. But until that happens, no, I'm not bankrupt yet. So I've got things to say about stuff. Yes.
I feel like I haven't yet shown like my full power in anything.
You're like in Frieza's second form right now. You haven't gotten the final form.
Yeah, like I don't.
It took a while for him too.
I've had like ideas, but I've never really fully embraced any one idea to like make it a properly create it.
Yeah, right.
So like,
I want to see one day.
It's all up from here.
One of the things, we should link this in the show notes. A lot of people haven't seen it, but like the animation you just did for the end of season 1 of RFCK. Like,
yes.
S
Descent.
S Descent is one of my favorite things made in recent years by any of us.
It's on not the Hypocrite channel. It's on the Gibbon Tape.
It's on
no.
It's on
Gibbon Fortress 2.
Gibbon Fortress 2.
Gibbon Fortress 2.
Gibbon Fortress 2.
Hey,
Wait, is this out?
Yes.
It's been out since like July. It
Yeah.
came out in June or July or maybe
time.
before that.
Yeah.
But
That was super sick.
that one piece of content was so good, and I know it was like based on stuff. It was based on like home stuff, but it doesn't matter. Like I loved it so much that ever since
I mean, there's a lot of original stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to just see like I don't know, Gib does like whatever, but like brings like this stuff, and I'm like, man, I feel like that would be. I feel like that was I was seeing a glimpse into unleashing of your full power level, and like, I mean, maybe it'll never happen. Maybe you'll just work on big stuff. But like, God, would I love to see more of that? And like the game that you made for Escape Snakes or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
Run
called.
Away from Snakes.
Run Away from Snakes. Again, loved it. It was just like came out of nowhere. Super. It's got like leaderboards and like 3D models. and all
Oh yeah, it
kinds
does
of
have
stupid, so
leaderboards.
crazy shit.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's fucking dope as shit. So yeah, I don't know. Like there's all these things around. Like to imagine them perhaps in one way coalesce into I don't know, maybe like a webcomic that has like this. I mean, that's what it is. It's part of a webcomic.
Hey,
it would be super cool.
I'm gonna give a signal boost unironically to Gibbon Fortress 2 for a video that my friend Ethan, editor of Armor Table, edited. It was a live stream that we did, and the video is epic, and it has like 300 views, and it's great.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I don't even know if I know about Gibbon Fortress 2. That's not Gibbon, because there's Gibbon Gaming.
Yeah,
Separate one,
Gibbon
separate
Fortress 2 was like my naive attempt after like marathoning like all of German 985 and star underscores videos on TF2, like all of them. I just wanted to be one of them, so I like started a TF2 gaming channel where I was going to be like a cool guy.
But now there's other stuff on.
But like
I don't think I've
Well,
not
it
subscribed
just
to
becomes like a shit rump channel after he abandoned it for so long, and then it just became funny. Like I have this channel I never use. What if I put the fun things on there?
Yeah. So like it's secret. I mean, there was that one time we were setting up the stream for Rad-con 3, and I streamed
on there, yeah.
Gibbon
Oh
Fortress
yeah,
2.
yeah.
I do remember that. I
It's
think
fun.
I had just thought that it was the same thing as Gibbon Gaming when I heard you say that.
I'm not surprised. Does anyone else? I love to when I'm testing a stream. I use the Best Gamer live streams channel because it's got like 800 subs, and those are the true heroes. Those are the deep shit people. They're in the deep shit, and they know what's up. They know the secret jokes and memes.
Pretty sick.
It is pretty
Say
sick.
something about gaming RFCK or something. I had
It's gone.
it's gone.
There's something. The question was about full potential.
Oh yeah. Are you creatively bankrupt?
Yeah.
Ben, are you creatively bankrupt?
God no.
No?
Fucking listen.
I mean, go look at Endless War.
Endless War has
I mean,
Endless War has only just scratched the surface of the kind of the like the depths of totally pointless but totally richly engaging like total clusterfuck possibilities have like
We're so fucking cool.
we have seen there's like I've got the secret project that I'm brewing down in the dungeons of the of St. Ben's Cathedral
Link
right
in the
now.
description.
It is being worked on. It is the biggest, most ambitious. It's so big that I can't even do it myself. I need like community, like people have volunteered to like contribute pieces to it. And when that's done, that's gonna be like that's like the first step. That's like the first step to like a whole new like dimension of things that the game could have in it.
Yeah.
In the future. So not even fucking close. I'm gonna go to my grave. Fucking like, ooh, what if I did this? Like, ooh, what if the weapons could wear hats?
Oh, dude, Ben, do you want to get matching Slime Corp insignias on our tombstones?
Do it now. Hey, quick aside from Kajoro Bitterthorn, not a question, but a helpful comment. When PCB HQ becomes real, I'm going to write, "Was your favorite anime?" on a brick and throw it through one of the windows.
Okay.
Sick. I can't wait.
Appreciate it.
Framed.
Tom, are you past your prime?
I think I'm still probably 10 years out from hitting my prime.
I kind of feel the same way about me, but fair enough.
This is like the first time I've had a really clear idea in a while of what I want to do, and like I can clearly visualize what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Are you jerking off right now while I'm talking?
No, it's fucking sick, and I know exactly what I want to do over the next decade.
Tom,
it feels to me like lately you've hit a stride.
Yes. Oh my God.
Been a
Hey,
big plus.
Tom. Hey. Because
can you do that again? Just so I can understand what happened.
He loves it.
Oh, it's great.
The reason I say that
Yeah.
is because before you before were like a year ago or whatever. You're like, do I even belong in the PCP? I've been grandfathered in. Have I earned my place? Yes, but not anymore because you are a fucking huge ass, big bone, fat ass motherfucker. You have so much fat in your bones, you're just all muscle. You're all fucking dick at this point. You have become so fucking smart and funny and great. You're like the best PCP member. We're all down here and you're up here. Azumi, Killing Code,
But listen,
your
why
dick.
I want to play the demo.
I
Tom.
humbly request fan art of this.
Finally, the first PCP board. We just had to do it ourselves. How could we be so stupid?
Damn, that's wise.
Oh God.
Well, speaking of which,
cool. I'm glad you like it.
Good job, dude.
Eric C. Bass asks, has masturbation or pornography ever significantly gotten in the way of your productivity?
I love this meme of Tom getting blowjobs.
The $20 new patron tier. Give Tom a blowjob.
Yeah.
You're in the club.
I would be so
I would join, but I don't think I can fit it all the way
Just
down
do
my
it with
throat.
feelings
It's
of
such a
resistance.
huge cock. Such a huge, handsome, and beautiful
It's not about
dick.
hitting the target. It's about feeling the feeling.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
about feeling the vibe.
It's true.
You can do it at home, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a big...
Yeah, you can blow Tom yourself today at home.
Oh, you just get a nice phallic microphone like this and just go.
Yeah. Just boom.
When
When
are
we
we-
do it in the comments below? Hashtag BVVV.
When are we going to mass produce Tom Oliver and send him to houses around the country?
That's
with
what
our company,
Tugel's gonna do.
with
Is gonna do
Tugel.
clones.
Yeah, and so that so everyone can blow their own Tom.
I mean, maybe in the meantime, when Tom goes full transhumanist and we have the data version of Tom,
only.
then we can distribute him to local
Yeah,
sex
yeah,
dolls,
yeah.
and we can populate the sex dolls with the personality of Tom.
It's like you're
You
an
know.
organ donor. Now you're just like a brain.
a
donor.
mind donor,
Yeah,
like a personality donor or
You just
something.
duplicate yourself and become.
Oh,
An object.
you get your sex doll from out of its box, and it says
Yeah.
in a low, gravelly voice, "Just got back from the gym, ready for some." And you just go, and you put your voice box sucking his dick.
Well, this was weird.
In what way?
Well, you know,
I think
no one ever said nice things about me.
Or sucks my dick.
I think we've
That's less
basically
weird, though.
we've gotten through all the questions. I think, and we've been like 2
Where can we
hours
go
now.
from there? Where can we
Yeah.
go from there? Really?
Straight to the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess let's wrap it up. I'm feeling good.
You know, I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah, let's
We all
want
want
to
to go get some
Oh,
grub
I got
after
something
Yes.
for you to eat right over here, my dude.
Oh, wait,
But is there enough to go around? Oh,
you know
there is, dog.
Alright, guys,
What?
a group one. Come, everyone, get
On
over
the
here.
count of three.
Spread your fucking legs.
This is the worst.
Alright,
Yeah!
1, 2, 3.
See you next episode, everybody. Bye.
I'm supposed to be working right. supposed to be working right now, but I'm not working. I'm doing nothing. My dick I'm jerking. Myself I'm sucking. I am an asshole. I am a stupid. I've got a deadline. Don't wanna do it. What the hell is wrong with me? I'm supposed to be making money. I'm supposed to be creating funny things that the people gladly will pay for. Artistic genius, that's what they came for. Instead I'm tweeting, hashtag repeating. That's why there's no heat and holes in the ceiling. Yeah, it's quite the burden. It's a hard knock life.